Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Can you believe it's Thursday already? Oh, it has been a rainy week here in Pennsylvania, and I am looking forward to the mud disappearing because it is crazy wet. So tonight I pulled out the lovely and sweet again to make tonight's cards. If you remember, I created this one. Hey, Karen, how are you? Oh, thank you, Casey. If you remember, we did this and we used the same stamp set in Pebbled Path. So tonight we're doing monochromatic, and this is pecan pie. Now, I have to tell you before we even get started, I did emboss in gold. It looks copper, but it is gold. And I ran out of Stampin' Up! Gold embossing powder. I really don't have that much left. So tonight I'll be using Wow embossing powder. All right. So let's get started. Thank you for your order, Karen. Hey, Do. Your pick a tool will go out at the end of the month, just so you know. I didn't forget about you. I'm going to wait until all my orders are in before I send them out. All right, so as you can see, this one is embossed, and all I did was add a sentiment, and you'll notice this pretty decorative edge, and this, it came from, and I don't have it even in here. Where is that die? Hold on. I have it right here. It's the Elegant Border dies. I haven't even, this is the first time I'm using them. I believe they are in the annual catalog, and I'm just going to take a quick peek. Elegant Border, Elegant Border. Maybe they're not in here. I thought they were. Oh, nope, I don't see them in here. So maybe I'm wondering where I saw them. Emma, can you go into our online store and see if it is in the online exclusives, maybe? But this is the ornate borders, and I used this one here. You can see there's still some paper in it for the front of the card. All right, so I'm going to have to do that. And then for this one, I grabbed the leaves from the Notes of Nature. And this is this stamp set here. Now, the Notes of Nature, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's right here. And it goes with the Nature's Sweetness, or the Lovely and Sweet bundle. All right. And it's this die here. And that's what I use. You can see on the back of the card. And then I embossed and die cut. Thanks, Stu. Embossed and die cut the image. So let's start with this one. We have our pecan pie. I don't want to lose this die. So it is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And as always, I will have a PDF on my blog. All right. And then we're going to layer it up. And I have some very vanilla. This should be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And it's not. It's 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have a layer of the pecan pie, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. All right. And these are going to be layered together. But before we do that, let's just put that aside for a second. And we're going to take this layer, and I'm going to grab the dots right here from the Notes of Nature. I'm also going to grab my pecan pie. And we are just going to randomly stamp these dots onto the background. Now you can stamp as many or as few as you want. You have to remember that we're going to add the die cuts to this layer. So some of it'll be hidden. Okay. So we're dotting the background. That's all we're doing. And then before we add this to our very vanilla layer, we're going to take our die cuts. Now these leaves are also in pecan pie. And I am going to grab my glue. Hope that it still has some in it. And we are just going to add a bit of glue to the leaves. So how's everybody doing tonight? We're doing pretty good. We have an appointment tomorrow, first thing. I think it's at 8:30 tomorrow. Bill's getting so I'm just laying this, or adhering it right to the front of this card. All right, just over top of what we just stamped. And then I'm going to add glue to the other. And I see a piece of hair stuck to my glue. Yeah, Bill has a CT scan. He's been having pain where his liver is, and they just want to make sure that nothing has changed. All right, I'm going to lift this up for a second. I've got glue on my... All right, so that's all I did is I added it to the back. It's an online exclusive. That's what I thought. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Karen. I saw that. Who got Emma, you just got promoted? Congratulations. That's very exciting. I'm still trying to get back to my Silver Elite. But yes, and if you missed it, congratulations, Dew. If you missed it, Karen, your take a pick will go out the last week of the month. I just want to wait till all the orders are in so I don't get myself all confused and send them all out at the same time. I hope that's okay. All right. So now that we have our leaves on our layer, we can now add our glue and we can layer this up. All right, so now I can add this layer to the front of our card. All right, pretty simple. Nice monochromatic looking card. Now I'm going to take a piece of scrap, and here's the piece that I already used for my card today. We're going to grab our Versamark and the stamp. And like I said, I ran out of Stampin' Up! Gold. I don't know how. I guess I must use gold a lot. I'm going to have to start using silver because I have 2 silvers, no gold. And we are going to just stamp this with our Versamark. Okay. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper. And like I said, I don't have Stampin' Up, but I do have Wow. This is Wow embossing powder. And that's what I'm going to be using. And the Wow does have a little bit of a sparkle, so it will look different. I still have so much product from when I used to be on design teams. Can you see? Look at all the glitter and sparkle that's in the Wow. So it's gonna look different. I'm just gonna close that up. Oh, I'm gonna be full of sparkles now. And I'm gonna grab my heat gun. Hey Sheila, how are you? Thanks, Karen. And we're just gonna heat it up just for a minute. All right. I think I got it all. So you can see it does look just a little bit different. Let me just get this pulled through. All right. So here is Stampin' Up! And here is just a little bit more sparkly, which is really pretty. So I'm going to just grab my die. We are going to line it up on our image. Add a piece of washi tape and let me just run this through. Tonight I made sure that all my plates and everything were in the right spot. All right, so there, look, see, very sparkly. I like the sparkle too. I'm wondering if we add glitter to our Stampin' Up! Powder. I think what I'll do is, I'll use some silver, and I have some glitter. I'm going to try it, see if we add glitter to the Stampin' Up! Embossing powder, we can get this effect, because it looks really pretty. All right, so we're going to just pop this up onto the front of our card. Easy peasy, right? I think we're going to start doing nice, easy cards. And I'm just going to cut this up. Oh, here's one more. Let's use it before we start cutting. All right, so we're just going to lay this on the front of the card. All right, and I am going to grab Oh no. I don't. Let me grab another ribbon. Hold on. Here it is. Now this ribbon is paired with red, and I'll show you where it is in the catalog. It's a duo of ribbon. It's right here, real red and burlap ribbon combo pack. And that's where this comes from. And I am going to make our bow. So we're just going to cut. Happy Thursday. Gosh, I just can't believe it's already Thursday. It's crazy. Amanda, where are you? I just saw you send a message. I don't see you in the group. Now, with the changes coming, and I'm not sure of the date, but I will not be able to stream into the group soon. And I'm not sure exactly when it's happening. I have to investigate that more. So, I'll be able to do it on my business page, and I'll still be able to do it into YouTube, but not the group, just so you know. So that'll be a change, and that's just something with Facebook. All right, so let's grab a glue dot, and we're just going to add it right in that little spot by the stem. And then I found, let's see what I did with them. I'm hoping I did. I found some gilded gems that have been laying around, and I figured we're going to use them. So I'm going to take one large one and stick it here, and then we're going to grab some smaller ones. Make sure I'm on the, and just add it to the front. All right, so there is the front of our first card. You like YouTube better anyway? That's cool. All right, so there's the front of card number 1. Now for the inside, I did it really easy. We do have a layer of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 of Very Vanilla, and then we have a Very Vanilla 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and I'm going to grab my stamp pad, and I'm going to fold this in half so I don't get glitter all over. And we're going to take that same stamp that we used on the for the front of the card, and we're going to ink it up. Okay? We're going to stamp it once and twice, and then for the third time, it's a charm, we're going to do it on our layer for the inside of the card, just so there's a hint of that flower on the layer. Then we're going to grab our sentiment, and I have "Today is all about you. Happy birthday." And I'm going to stamp it right in the center of that image. So now we can add our seal. Mat it to our Very Vanilla. Now, if you heard me talking to Karen about her order, for the month of March, instead of doing make and takes each week, for any order that I receive, I will be giving you a gift. And this month it is the Take Your Pick tool. Okay. You've seen me use it before. It's got a stylus and it has the piece on the end where you can pick up your gems. Mine needs to be cleaned. And a refill of it. And then on this end, it's got the pointy tool. And if you unscrew it, it has a little palette on the other side. Or a spatula, I should say. It's like a spatula. All right. I use the picky tool more. Like I said, mine needs to be cleaned. But yeah, so that is what I am offering this month as my thank you gift for your orders. Okay, and there is our finished card. All done. And like I said, the embossing powder is different. This is wow, because I ran out of Stampin' Up. All right. Okay, now the second one is a little bit different and a little bit more involved. So I still have the pecan pie, 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And it's a landscape card. And as you can see, there is still glitter all over. So then I'm going to layer this up with a layer of pecan pie that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I ran it through the cut and emboss machine with the embossing folder. All right. And I'm bad. I believe this is the 3D embossing folder pack of 3, if it's still available. All right. And then I have a layer of 5 1/4 by 4. And this is the pecan pie also. Now what we're going to do is the same thing we did to the layer of the other card. We're going to take our pecan pie. We're going to take those dots and we are going to randomly just stamp our dots on this layer. And I'm turning the stamp a little bit. And again, you can put as many or as few. They look very dark now, but when they dry, they'll look like that. All right. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I don't want those dots, it's too dark. They dry. All right. So here is our layer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat it a little bit to dry it quick so it does not attach, the embossing powder does not attach to the ink. All right, just quick. Now I'm going to take that ornate layer. Nope, that's not the name of it. Let me just check. What did I call them? Elegant border dies. And I want it to be this way. And I am going to put it up. I think I put it up about 1 inch from the bottom. And I did actually measure from the top to the edge of the paper just to give it, and it's not going to be perfect, but it just gives me an idea, and I'm going to add my washi tape just to hold that in place. Okay, now I'm going to run it through. All right, so I ran it through, and now we have, oops, our edging. Okay, so you can see it a little better. There is the edging. It's very pretty. Just makes the card look a little bit elegant. All right, so now that this is done, I am actually going to hit this with my embossing buddy just to make sure I don't get embossing powder on my little dots. Okay, now I'm going to grab, let's see where, here it is. This one, this stamp right here, I believe these are cocoa beans, and I haven't used it yet. So I figured I'd use it on tonight's card. We're going to grab our Versamark, and we're just going to stamp the top of this layer with 2 of these. And I was trying to avoid getting the words. You can see there's words right here. And I wanted to at least try not to get those on my layer. So I have one here. I'm going to ink up. I'm going to stamp one here. So that's 2. And then I'm going to grab the leaf from the Notes of Nature right here. And we're going to ink it up with Versamark. And I'm going to put one up here just to fill in some space. And one there. Now that they're all stamped, this is Wow. If you're joining late, this is Wow embossing powder. We're going to emboss this. Make sure I get it all. Tap some of it off. I'm going to put this back. And while that is sitting there, and I can get the gun and everything at the same time, I'm going to pull in my double oval punch. It's my favorite, as you know. And I am going to punch the scallop oval. All right, I'm just going to put that aside so I can heat it up. And what I did with this, I'm going to use this paper again. I grabbed the little oval. Oh, on the stamp set, this says vanilla plantifolia. So this is a vanilla bean. This says Theobroma cocoa. So that's a cocoa bean. And that one, I have no idea. So it must be their technical name, I'm going to say. Hey, Kathy. The border die, the elegant border dies, Emma found it on the online exclusives. Aw. The Wow embossing powder is gold. Just plain old gold. All right. So what I did is here's the scallop, and I have glitter all over. I have this scallop double oval, okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm just rubbing it across my Versamark, making sure I get some Versamark all around the edge where I have the sentiment stamped on the pecan pie too. I wanted to differentiate this, so now I'm going to cover it in embossing powder. And I'm actually going to grab my little tool and I want to just get as much powder off as I can. All right, and I'm going to heat this one up first. And I'm going to have to move that tool to get under it. So bear with me. All right, so I got that. I'm just going to get under that tool. Lift it up again. I think I got it all. All right, so there is our oval. And now I can do this. The only thing I can say about this embossing powder is do not overheat it because it does what you call it, take the shine away. It burns. All right, I think I got it all. Now, in regards to tomorrow's Fun Fold Friday, I'm going to have to make it a little later. Usually it's 10. I'm not sure what time we're going to get home. Our appointment is at 9:30. We have to be there at 8:30 because it's going to be a nuclear where he's got to drink that stuff. Oh no, glitter. So I'll have to make it later and I'll play it by ear and I will let you know in the morning. I'm hoping that we're home. I know he needs blood work, so maybe to be safe, let me just let you know tomorrow. All right, so now that that is embossed and we have our little scalloped oval emboss, we can add this to the front of the card. And I am going to try to get my glue close to the edge so it sticks down nicely after being embossed. Because you know sometimes the embossing warps your paper just a hair. All right. So I'm leaving a little bit of a border around the edges. We're going to move that, scoot that over a little. There we go. All right. Then we can pull in our card base. Now, if anybody ever makes cards for the cards for soldiers, you wouldn't be able to use this embossing powder because of the sparkle. There's just too much. Yeah, yep. Hello, hello. All right, so there is that. And then we have our oval. So now I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper and I'm going to grab Just Sending a Bit of Love Your Way with pecan pie. And we're going to stamp it right about there. And I'm going to cut this so I don't waste so much paper. Oh, I probably cut it too close. Let's see. Let's see if I cut it too close. So we're just going to line this up in here and get it straight. Actually, I didn't cut it enough. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we just want to line it up inside there, give it a punch. And then we're just going to take our sentiment, add a bit of glue, and we're going to add it right to this oval. Okay. And we're going to pop the oval up onto the front of the card. Now I can use the edge. So we can pull our card back in. Almost put it on upside down. All right, so there's our sentiment. It's just blends right in with our card. And we're going to grab some ribbon. At least the ribbon will bring out the sentiment. I do love monochromatic cards. All right, my ribbon's too short, so I'm just going to take my pokey tool to grab that tail and pull it through. And I'm going to cut this the opposite way. Usually I cut it the other way, but where my tails are a little short, we'll do it in the opposite direction. I'm going to grab a glue dot, which seemed to disappear that quickly, and we're going to add this bow right underneath our sentiment. All right, so now at least it shows Oh no. How'd they get water damage? All right, let's grab those. Okay. I'm looking for my dots. I just had them. Oh, here they are. Get our little gilded gems. And again, I'm going to grab a large one. I'll put it over here. And a medium one I'll put here. And then I'm going to grab a smaller one. And there is the front of our second card. All right, just a little sparkle. And then for the inside, I stamped the same cocoa beans on our layer. So I have a 5 1/4 by 4, a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I just want to grab a, might as well go all out with these sparkles. I'm covered. And we're just going to turn that over now. Grab our all right, emboss it. Huh. Yeah, they do. All right. Sparkly, sparkly. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned last week, we joined the American Vets post, and we ended up going last night. And the lady, the girl who was our server for dinner, she had such pretty, her nails were so pretty. So I have a new place that I can go to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna yet, because the Jerry who did my nails this time did such a great job. All right, let's line this up. Look at all this glitter. Let's grab some glue. It is amazing how things disappear. Tell me your stuff disappears on your desk when you're crafting. It could be right here in front of me, and I don't see it. All right, let's get our card and open it up. Get this on the inside of our card. Always. Hi, Janet. I mean, if it was a snake, it would bite me. It's just like, I don't know. All right. So here is Stampin' Up! Embossing powder. I ran out. This is Wow embossing powder. All right. So here is our second card. Here is our first. Nice monochromatic. Remember, place an order this month. And as my thank you, I will be giving away the Take Your Pick. Okay. That is my gift this month. So thank you for joining. I'll let you know about tomorrow's Fun Fold Friday. I have my card already, so thanks Karen, we may just have to postpone it until later in the day, um, because of the doctor's appointment. But we will get it done, okay? So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.